back to Arkansas Gaming. Arkansas here, bringing some more Space Engineers and the Learning to Survive Redux campaign. Alright guys, I've managed to finish disassembling everything, so all we've now got is the starting platform. Alright, as you see here, I've got a large cargo container which stores literally everything. As you can see, we've got so much equipment here. We can build almost anything that we want. I've got a little mining ship finished off and repaired. I've added in the engine there and the third one here, so that's all good. And as you can see, I've sort of drilled into this area in an attempt to get some ice to finish filling some O2 tank, the hydrogen tank, because what I've done is I have modified our ship, so it's now got a hydrogen tank underneath. So if we were to go on board, let's take the open door for this. I know we're upside down, but it doesn't really matter. We're in space, so there we go. As you can see in slot 7, I'm now using some mods, one of them being the build info mod. And as you can see here, the hydrogen tank is at 27% filled, but we want to get that to 100, so the only way we can really do that is either using another mod or by basically just winning some ice. So basically to do that, I've also got a load of stone on this mining ship, so I think what we're going to need now is we're going to need to start thinking about making some systems to be able to process everything that we're bringing in to our base at this moment in time. So to do that, I think we're going to need to find ourselves in the company of a refinery. We're going to need some modules, and under survival kit we're going to need the assembler as well. So probably won't be able to do the modules at the moment because we don't have, especially for what I would plan to do. I would normally use gold for the yield modules, but it would help if I actually picked up some 10. So what I did there, just so you guys can see, is I right clicked on the steel plate, dragged it over, let go, and I typed in 10 in the amount to add, so I only get 10. I mean, that's good because all I'm going to do is I just want to place it. Then I'm going to go into survival kit. I'm just going to bring in a standard assembler. I'm not going to bring in the industrial one, even though it's much better. But I'm just going to bring in the standard assembler, just to back on the side there like that. So, and then what I'm going to do as well is, while I'm at it, we're going to grab a connector. And where's the connector on? It's on the back, and we're going to throw that on there so it's in line, so we can come in, dock up, drop everything off. It'll get processed. Any stone will get processed by the refinery, and then any O2 will go to our existing O2 plants, either on the base or up there, and then basically the hydrogen will get stored away as and when we need it. Okay, so pressing G, we're going back into our build planner. We've got nothing actually in the build planner itself, so let's right click on each of these devices and we will, oops, yep, there we go, we will slowly but surely set. Now at the moment I'm doing this because we need at least the basic operations skills. Whilst we build I'm going to say a small command ship to take with us, because I think what we're going to have to do is really take into reality. We are going to have to disassemble our existing ships that we're not going to use. We're going to have to build something else, and yeah, because, and then also figure out what we're going to build for assaulting the planet's surface as well. sounds like the refinery, which is now built, has already picked up the stone from the large cargo container and is already making headway in the process. Okay, so that's also our assembler built. Now our assembler, we can already build some speed modules on it because we want to be able to it's always nice to be in games to be able to make anything that we want a hell of a lot faster. I mean, we're not really too worried at this moment about how consumption, although we will double check that in a minute. Okay, so that's our speed modules built. Okay, so let's check the batteries, for example. Batteries at the moment say they'll be fully recharged in 2 days. Ones on our exploration ship are currently charged as well. Right, so like I said, we can't build the yield modules as of yet. Not exactly a big problem. There is gold in the area. I know that because I'm also using a ore detector plus mod, which extends the range of my ore detectors by about 4 to 5 times the range. Because of the fact that I've got limited time as a husband, as a father, also got a career, I don't have the time to just sit around and explore everything in the minutest detail. So I've got to think a little bit faster a lot of the time about how I'm going to do things in the limited amount of time I have available. Even for doing like this stuff for the YouTube, I've got to take into account where am I going to put that in my working day. Alright, but that is part of the fun of it all. That's life for you. Okay, so I'm going to go into the assembler. I'm also going to go into our large cargo container. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of these welders, grinders, and drills that we have acquired. We've got 2 S10 pistols as well, so I'm going to have one of those out there. Not only would it mean we'll get a bit more resources, because we're going to be grinding those down in a minute using the assembler, which will get us a lot more resources back, but also the fact is that we'll have a clearer view of what we're doing here. So yeah, that's everything that we need in there. So now all that's in the inventory of the assembler. If we go to the production tab, we can now click on disassemble, and we get this button that says disassemble all, and it's just going to work its magic. There we go, all gone. So if we now change that to, I don't know, say welder. Alright, grinder. Or drill. As we'd expect, it's all gone. It's all been ground down into its component parts. So that is all cool. Now I'm not going to do anything fancy in terms of sorting out sorters and things like that at this moment in time, because frankly we don't really need it. Because, like I said, we are going to need to build something bigger and better. So what I'm going to do is, off camera, after this episode, I'm going to grind down the space pod, our drone, even our hydrogen ship, and this fighter pod over here. I'm also going to take down also our exploration ship. But for now, what I can now do is get our angle of dangle about right. Oh, wrong way. Right, so we're about in place. There we go. So I can now connect that up. There we go. Everything that's on this ship is going into a refinery. And slowly being processed through. I mean, the more refineries you have, the quicker it's going to be in sorting out the underlying issues. Right. So basically, go back around this way. As you see, there's the gold 115 meters away. That's on another asteroid. So, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to reline myself up. So let's go. Let's go like that. So what I want to do is I want to create an aperture where I'm not actually going to hit the walls. So what that means is you have to grind the left wall back a bit. You can get a load of stone out of this, but I mean I could use the right mouse button and just create a tunnel. But at this moment in time, I think we're going to need the stone. Right. So where were we? We were drilling our hole. As you can hear, I'm just tapping the W key, slowly getting down here. Yeah, I'm probably going to get a bit of this iron. That's okay. I'm just sort of trying to make a way down. I'm also getting ice as well. Oh, look at that full hold, so better retract myself out of there. Now got that clear path. It's all about being careful. There we go. We'll just rinse and repeat that one more time. We'll aim more for the ice patch this time. I will stop there. Oh, I see. Colliding with the platform itself. And there we have it. Oh, let's get everything out of there. So we'll type in ref for refinery. And we'll just transfer everything out of there. Even the ice. So that ship is definitely one to keep. Same with the constructor as well. We'll definitely keep those two when we build our next ship. So, like I say, with regards to this, let's go back into the cockpit. Look at that. We're now at 42% full, and I bet that's still rising. So if we can now go tank. Look at that. Rising quite nicely, so we'll leave that be. So, saying that though, as we've got all this in place, yeah, let's try and get this remodeled. Now, the only way I can think of doing this is to put everything that we need in place. We're going to need to move the thrusters. We're also going to need to add on some more jump drives, things like this, to be able to safely do what we need to do. So let's start by getting rid of this at the back.
Inventory full.
Right, so we've got a beacon. Which way's down, I mean. Sort of reminds me of one of Splitsy's videos, you know, actually two of them actually. They're two sagas, one called This Way Up, this one, and the other one's called This Way Down. Very good, very informative videos actually.
Inventory full.
I mean, I could only, yeah, I can only hope to be as good as him someday. Alright, so there we have it. That's gotten us back to the jump drives themselves. So let's get rid of all that excess there. Right. Okay. Let's see. So we've got a downward thruster right there. Forward facing thruster right there. We're going to be able to put things that are accessible in the cabin. We're going to have to move that thruster there. So for now we'll get rid of the housing. I suppose those bits can stay. This might be, we might have to put some of this away.
Inventory full.
Yeah. Over this way. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm still getting over a cold here. Hence why I've not really posted it much in the last few days. Okay. Now, I'm going to add in a medical centre. Now, for this, I'm going to get rid of these chairs. And to add in this medical centre, it's going to block off one of these passageways. Basically, under cryo chamber. Yeah, we've got these two medical. We've got the medical room, and then we've got the corner medical room. Now, corner medical room, as you can see, it's a 2x2 jobby. Sorry, well, both of them technically are 2x2, as you can see. As it's basically choosing one that suits your needs at the time. So it's also plumbing it in as well. That's going to be one of our next challenges. So let's go inside to figure out where we're going to put these things. So I'm going to go with the original medical room because of the fact that, I don't know, sentimentalism, I guess. But I personally think it looks better than the new medical room. I mean, the new medical room's got a lot of detail. I'm not going to lie to you there. But that terminal on the left side there, I just find it way too small for my needs. I prefer having something that is easier to hit when I'm running low on energy or running low on health or O2. I just need to be able to come in, whack that box and be able to know that I'm gaining the materials that I need. Okay, so why are you not allowing me to place this? Right, I've got the interior plate. So what is in Zeve? Huh. Okay, so it allows me to place it there, but it doesn't allow me to place it up against the top block. Okay, so it looks like it's forcing my hand to put in conveyor blocks first. So there's no real right way of doing this, but I prefer having the four sides which say conveyor on it in all the directions, and then having one. Oh wow! Okay, this is new. It's not allowing me to place it at all. Why? I can place it that way. I've just pressed T to stop it from auto-rotating all the time because it's getting quite frustrating. If you look down on the toolbar, tool is just an auto-rotate function. Unable to place. Why? That is a solid structure. Alright. We will build it, I guess. Now that's built. Why are you not aligning to it? Okay, that's actually rather weird. Normally it's fine with this sort of thing. Alright. We'll do this a slightly different way then. If we get rid of that one. What is stopping it? But it's allowing it. It's allowing it there. Huh. That should just place. Mightily odd. Okay, so it allows me to place it in some really weird places, but why does it not allow me to place it here? There is nothing in the way. Unless it thinks that the grids are not mine. Alright. I was saying the ownership is all mine. Alright, lights are something different. Okay, I am now more convinced than ever, considering it's not allowing me to easily upgrade this ship to build my own. Should make things a lot easier anyway, so let's start with the medical room, because medical room, in my opinion, is a must start off feature. Basically, the medical room will allow us to actually heal 5 times faster, regenerate energy the same amount of speed, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to build one of these. We're also going to then build a battery, because otherwise it's going to think that the it's like some floating debris, and just try and get rid of it in the end of the game, I mean. Oh, that's why. Okay. Right, so that's our medical room built. So if we then change that up with a battery. Now, incidentally, normally I usually build like these big flamboyant like ships. Alright, let's get some interior plate. Right. Okay, so there we go. And that's our medical room actually also established as well. Or by upside down.
Inventory full.
Okay, so let's get this the right way up.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay. Steel plate. Okay. So I'm going to start by getting some additional steel plating, you know, as if we've got a deck going on. Then that way, yeah, I've got that in the wrong place. So I did actually, thinking about it whilst I'm doing this, I did actually promise that we would build our own ship. So in effect, I've been forced to keep my promise. So I'm sort of glad then that in hindsight that it has actually forced my hand to build our own little ship. Because I would rather keep my promise not to mention, in doing all of this, we can actually get things where we want them. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's actually nice when you're doing like a bit of trading, like I did in my Long Way to Go campaign, where you can actually get somebody else's ship, get some ideas, and then incorporate some of those ideas into your own. So, alright, there we go. So we could texture it. So if I just bring up a block, you know, like our light armor block, press P, we can then add in a bit of texture. So, ooh, what do I fancy today? A bit of dark red? Yeah, we'll go with a bit of dark red. Probably with... yeah, we'll go with some neon colorable. So press the middle mouse button. Oh, look at that. Actually, that could be quite sexy. So we'll go with that. And what we're going to do, let's see, we're going to have a bit of that lighter on, oops, wrong one, on the conveyor ports. So we now know we're going to use that red. Neon colorable lights for any devices, so batteries, medical rooms, cryopods, desks, whatever. The neo-colorable surface we're going to use for conveyor tubes. What will go nicely as a counterpoint? We'll go with the green. Something I haven't used for a long time. Something like the digital camo. Yeah, I haven't used digital camo in a while. So we'll go with something different here. So, right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the digital camo for a lot of the other blocks. So basically that's going to bring us a little bit of joy here. So, okay, let's see what we need here. So we need to add in our conveyor. Like say. Oh, no, that's not the conveyor. What am I doing? Wrong one. Whoops. There you go. So we've got that blood red conveyor. We'll sort out some of this steel plating. So yeah, let's go back in here. We'll go to our plate. We'll grab 569 units of that. Start building her up.
Energy low.
Let's have a look. That could work. And work quite nicely. Alright, well, so to get some energy. That was quick. but we do need to charge this up. So that's about our only little quandary at the moment. Okay, I think next of all we need to add in an O2 H2 generator. So let's grab the O2 H2. We'll grab the oxygen tanks, and we're going to add in an oxygen farm on this one. We're going to have that pointing out into space. So when the sun falls upon it, it will give us some nice oxygen. So let's see if we can figure out which way around are we going to put this. We need. So yeah, we do something like that, and then we will also have an oxygen tank. No, not the big hydrogen tank. We'll have a small hydrogen tank. And then if we have... Oh, I don't have any interior plate. Alright, so a bit of interior. There we go. Back to here, and then... We're going to have like a wall up here. Yeah, actually this will work. Because then we've got that block there. We can have that sticking out. We'll have it. Yeah, we'll have it that way around. There. So that'll be sticking out into space. That'll be collecting our oxygen. Unfortunately, without using a mod, we don't actually have a variation that will collect hydrogen for us. Unfortunately for that, we will then have to use ice to be able to collect everything we need. Okay, so let's get this built. Right, have I done that right? Yep, that's good. Oh, still because I've got the all this stuff. So I'm going to put in the word large here, because that's for... I haven't named this container. We'll put that back, grab everything. There we go. So now without knocking into it. Right, there we go. Now all we need to do now is just use our coloration scheme. And then there we have it. So that's all coloured up, and so we've now got an O2. We've got the medical room. We've got the O2 H2 generator, an oxygen tank, a hydrogen tank, an oxygen farm. So at least that's the bare bones minimum for survival. Okay. So let's have a look, see what else we need. Well, we do need a bridge. We need a gravity generator, sort of granted. We need cargo, jump drives, and all that. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do now is get rid of those. I am going to add in some more batteries because you can never have too few of these. Batteries do take a while when you've got smaller, excuse me, smaller cargo hold, personal hold, sorry. But it's worth it. There we have it. That's starting to look quite nice there. Right, so let's think about how we're going to do this. So if we get some standard steel plate again, it's going to be now green digital camo. We're going to need some sort of like, oops, some midway to be able to walk up and down the ship. Keep on placing them accidentally underneath. I don't know why I do this. Anyway, but then let's also start thinking about things like doors, like the Explorer ship. But I'm going to do something a little different. Whereas the Explorer ship has only got the one set of the double doors. So let's find the doors. There we are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a double set. So if, say for example, I forget to turn off the sorry, to decompress before I exit the ship, the little amount that is actually trapped in here is all that gets expelled. So that's what I want, is I want as little waste as I can possibly get away with, because it can be challenging otherwise to maintain the air supply. Okay, so we want the darker red, we want that one there. Forgot to change that to its other colour. Okay, and then bit like our nice little ship over there, we're going to also want a bridge. So we're going to go back to our camo, so P, choose colour and texture, and then we'll bring that out. How far did they go? 2 out from the doors. All right. Well, we'll have it. We'll have it 3. We'll give ourselves a little bit of extra room here to play. In fact, actually, let's change that to wrong one. A bit of a slope there. And when it comes to the control seat,
Low.
what I'm thinking is a full-blown control seat rather than just a flight seat. I don't know why I prefer these. You've got the control station, you've got the flight seat itself, passenger seats, are literally what they say they are. But yeah, let's... Oh, I need the interior plate for that. Whee. There we have it. Right, so let's just replenish ourselves. And then we'll build up what we can. Right, what I'm planning to do with these oxygen and hydrogen tanks is once we've built enough, dock it up with the rest of our wrong one, the rest of our station, and then have it quite literally suck out all of the O2 H2 from everything else. So we'll add on another connector, then we can demolish everything, but we need to get that far first. So let's see what we're doing. We are getting rid of all of that, get everything that we need to build this. Oh, bother. Done it again. There we have it. Right, so if we go seated, we go that makes it a little easier. That's all the seats now closed up. One other thing that we do need, and this is going to be probably another one of these challenging parts, is we are going to need cargo space. Now, from what I can see here though, it might be an idea to have it all up above where we are. We are going to need a fair amount of cargo. Right, so same as with conveyors, I prefer having this a particular way up. Oh, we need an interior plate for this. So I'd say a fair amount of cargo space is going to be necessary, especially after, you know, taking apart a lot of these need one more for that, but so we'll add all of that to that. Hey? Oh. I know why. Yeah. I forgot to add a new set of queue. So that was my mistake. Now, what I'm probably going to do is, as I'm going along, I'm probably going to have to disassemble some of the explorer ship to be able to get access for building the remaining of this ship. So that's what, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be a hell of a lot of cargo space for everything that we've got left. Right, so we've got cargo, we've got a medical room, we've got access, we've got control. Right, gravity device. So that'll be under artificial mass. We do need a gravity device, so I'm going to probably put that there for good access. Let's go back into our build menu. We'll add it to our build menu, build planner, sorry, and grab what we need for it. Okay. So, that's the gravity device sorted out. Done the cargo. So yeah, it's really just things like jump drives and things like that now that we need to add on. But we can't get into that until we get rid of some of this.
Energy low. Inventory full.
Also, I just think I've knocked into something. Yeah, I did. I knocked some stuff down to the ground here. Just wondering, is there anything else I've knocked down? No, not that I can see. So yeah, we're getting to the point now where things are becoming too small for us. We're having to expand. So I don't see any problems with this whatsoever.
Energy critical. Inventory full.
That I don't mind either. Be careful here. Make sure I don't knock Sorry, it's just so much faster than the survival kits that I'm using it more.
Inventory full.
Oop. I have to pick those up. Don't like being untidy. You know, it's just rude. Get rid of those. Not sure why those are there. Not needed. Or at least not needed at this moment in time. Right, that's everything picked up. So let's continue bringing this back. Oh yeah, air vents. I knew slowly grinding this back I'd actually find things that I've missed.
Inventory full.
Right, so oops, accidentally got rid of my oxygen bottle there. There we go. Right, air vents are also critically necessary. I've actually left myself no room for that. Right, since one of the DLCs, they've added in what they call full air vents. So if I bring up the air vents itself, you've got the air vent full. It doesn't tell us when. I think that's actually free for everyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this cargo container here and replace it with a full, if I can find which way is front, a full air vent. Oh, there. If I had the parts. So make sure we get the air vent full. So, because the air vent full and the original air vent use a different amount of parts. Okay, just double check that. So that's now in with everything else. So that's awesome. Right, so okay, I think we've probably gone far enough back. We can actually start adding in some of the jump drives that we need as well. So I'm going to have those a little further back than our cargo pods. So what we're going to need to do is probably add in some armour, even if it's just light armour. So let's just add in. Make sure you get the right. Always make sure you get the right texture and colour before you try doing anything else. Otherwise you end up doing things like I've just done, having to retexture stuff using the middle mouse button. Okay, so we've got that in. We now want to add in our jump drive. Like I say, we want to put that. It wants to be in line. So I think what we're going to have to do for now is probably add in some standard armor, a couple of standard armor blocks in here, just to be able to put it in place until we build the shell around it that holds it in from all four angles. So there is one, there's two. Oops, looks like I am starting to get to the point where I'm actually running out of room, because I wanted to get in probably another 2 jump drives in there. So I might have to actually start thinking about adding in some basic directional thrusters. I'm not going to build excuse me, I'm not going to build the jump drives in yet, because yeah, I don't want them to charge off the battery power, because we've got no way of charging the batteries up at the moment. So I'm going to be a little different. I'm going to use from the Warfare 2 pack, but if you've got just the base game only, you'll just be using the large ion thrusters. Because I like the sci-fi, I like the... No, actually, yeah, I'm going to use the sci-fi from Sparks of the Future. I must admit, these have always been my favourite. So... what we'll do... 1 up, 1 down, 1 reverse. We'll do the same on the other side. 1 up, 1 down, whoops, and 1 reverse. Okay, we're going to have to use the other side to basically figure out where we're going to put in some of these parts. Right. Just trying to think how we're going to do this. So I'm going to add in a block there to hold that in place. So basically, if I go up here and knock into it, it's not going to go anywhere. Well, I think the entire assembly is now probably going to be moving. No, it's all in place. That's good. So there's our starboard thruster, and then for this we're going to have to add in at least a block to marry in with that. And then we can then hook our port side thruster in there. Right, these only use 80 thruster components, but if we were to use like the big jobbies, which I really want to use because they look good and the amount of thrust is incredible, they use 960, which I don't think we can actually realistically afford. Because like right now, when it comes to these thruster components, we only got 714. We are going to have to take from our other ships. So what we could do instead is create an array. But we don't know where they're going to be yet, so because we really need to just move this ship into place. So we've got forward, backwards, up, down, left, right. So forward, backwards, up, down, left, right. Okay, yeah, so we've now got all 6 directions at bare minimum. So if I go in here, Go sci-fi.
Energy low.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What we're going to do is we're going to just grab the components. We're going to put them in place. We will worry about textures later. Okay. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to take from the cargo hold first to build our ship, and then I'm going to then take from the other ships afterwards, because I want to do all of that off camera. Want to get this in place, connected onto the other ships before we finish this episode, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then off camera I'll try and finish off a bit more of this so that we can just get to the planet and continue what we're doing now. Well, sorry, that's actually not entirely true. We'll have to build our drone before we go to the planet, and then from there we will then be able to proceed to the planet. Right, that's that one connected, that one connected. Okay. I mean, already as you can start to see a ship taking form. Okay, so we've got all the directional thrusters in place. I think now what we need to really finish this all off, to be able to connect it up, is, again, yes, another connector. And we're going to need something on this one as well. I think for now we're just going to say put it there, just to be able to connect up, move things around if we need to. You know, the whole oh bother, what am I doing? Sorry, because I'm talking, I made a mistake there. We're going to add the connector to the build menu. This connector we can always move later on, but for now let's just get it in place. What do you mean the build plan is empty? I don't have all the materials. Oh, I think what happened, it put in a small one. Yeah, small grid. Okay, so we now have the means to connect this up, in daisy chain it. Okay. Oh wow, there we go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you guys something else that we can do. That's also quite cool. Right. We've got a problem being able to see what's going on. So what we're going to do is under remote control, especially when it comes to the DLC automations pack, they introduced this wonderful little downward facing camera. I love this thing so much, but you can use the standard camera, which also does the same thing. So what we're going to do, tell you what, we're going to use the standard camera just so you guys can see what we can do here. All right, we're going to grab those components, basically throw that on there. We're going to have it that way up so the bar is our forward facing. The back of my mind, I am actually also thinking, please be right, because I always get this one mixed up. I'm just hoping and praying I don't, for your guys' sake. You guys' sake, even. Okay. Oh, look at that. Thank the Lord for that. So basically, I know that's going to be round about... Actually, round about there, actually. There we go. Connect it up. So if I now go into here and go connector and go lock, there we have it. We are connected. So I could now, if I really wanted to, group all these up. I'm going to turn them off. The battery's on here. We're going to recharge. Tank wise, we're going to turn these two to stockpile, these two off of stockpile. So now our hydrogen and oxygen tanks, or oxygen tank and hydrogen tank, get it the right way around, are now filling up as much as they can. Look at that, 68.2 on the hydrogen. That's going to be 100%. Boom. So now, if we really wanted to, we could take apart the rest of our explorer ship and then just dock that straight onto our large cargo container. So I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to disassemble everything else here. You know, start putting everything together a little bit more on our new ship. And you know, just trying to think of a name for it, but the only thing that seems to spring to mind at the moment is the Pirate Slayer, because basically that's pretty much what we've been doing in this mission anyway. I'll also take apart the space pod. I'm going to take apart the hydrogen ship. I guess we can call it a fighter, and I'm also going to take apart the drone and basically try and get this as built up as I can get it, so that when you guys rejoin next time, we can build our drone and start heading towards the planet. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you next time on Archangelus Gaming.